So we are here at this Australian Grand Prix for this weekend after some decent performance in the Jeddah Grand Prix. So right now we are at the Australian Grand Prix and let's see what we can achieve from here. So we are doing some R&D upgrades because some of the upgrades failed. So we have to renew such upgrades again, and hopefully it will at least help improve our car, as currently we are in the P2 of the performance chart. So definitely in the upcoming races we have a lot of potential to improve. So let's see what we can achieve. And this is the first practice session of this Australian Grand Prix, and I was just trying to measure the stability of the car because I was facing some issues with the rear traction. And as you can see here, we just dip our rear tire onto the grass and we get DNF'd. So it was a very unfortunate start to this Australian Grand Prix, and let's hope we can turn things around in the race as well. And in the qualifying session, you can see here Fernando Alonso goes P6 and we got DNF'd. So it was an unfortunate start for us in the qualifying, and Fernando Alonso is in B3, so hopefully he can gain some much needed points for us in the Australian Grand Prix, as we'll be starting from the back of the grid. So it is 5 red lights and away we go for the start of the Australian Grand Prix here at the Melbourne. So it was a very bad start, I would say, because we got a lot of wheel spin, and even in the fifth gear or fourth gear also we are getting some wheel spin, so we have to manage those things in the upcoming races. And we just trying to move down the inside of Dan Ticktum in this turn 1, but we were just not able to maintain the position. And now I was thinking of going down the inside at this turn 2, or rather turn 3 I would say, because there is a lot of squabbling in front of us, and if I'm able to just gain some positions, at least a couple of positions, then it will be of great help, because I'm in the medium tires and all those in front of us are in the soft tires. So if I can able to stick between two soft tires, but as you can see here, the cold tires were just not having the grip, and we lost a lot of momentum on that turn, the fast left-right chicane. But still, we just go down the inside of Dan Ticktum here, and we again regain the P21 position. And as you can see, a carbon fiber is just flying onto our face. So I think someone is having damage, and yes, it is Dragovic. So an unfortunate beginning for the Brazilian driver, as now we go into P20 position, and Robert Schwartzman is in front of us, and we were just trying to make a move down the inside at this turn 2, but we still think better of it, and we just put our car in the curb. We just unsettled our car, and we have to be careful of that, because the curbs here are very unpredictable, I would say, because sometimes they will just spin you out like in no way, and other time you can just hop onto the curb and nothing will happen. So we have to be mindful of that. As in the starting of the lap 3, again we are in P20, and DRS gets enabled, so hopefully we'll be able to stick into the DRS train of the soft runners in front of us, because their soft tires will just degrade fast, and we have to maintain the composure as well as ensure that our car stays in the DRS train, so that we can stick to the front of the field, because there is a long DRS train in front of us, as you can see in the minimap. And as you can see here, Daruval and Schwartzman are just fighting side by side. So it may present us an opportunity to go down the inside of one of those cars, and we just open our DRS and just trying to utilize the ERS which we are having, and just trying to gain at least a position. And you can see here Schwartzman just places his car beautifully to the inside and makes the move stick, so we overtake the Ruvala in the process, and now we are in the P19 position. So we are gaining some positions, and as you can see in the start finish straight, we also open our DRS, and we just made a move down instead of Schwartzman, but we have to go some wide because I was facing some understeer. Maybe I just put a lot less front wing in my car, and that was making my car rather understeer in the entrance of the curb, and I was facing some understeer in this moment because I put a lot less wings in the front end of my car, which was just not enabling my car to just turn around. So this is a bit of challenge, and I thought that maybe the next time when we go into the pits, we'll be able to increase the front wing. So I will make those changes then when we'll be shifting to the hard tires. And as you can see, a car got DNF'd. I think it was Esteban Ocon. So it was an unfortunate thing for the Alfa Romeo guy, because he got DNF'd in the Australian Grand Prix. And as you can see here, we are just facing a bit of understeer. So the curve just hits us, and we almost collided with the wall, the side barrier, but somehow we managed to control our car. And it is 40% tire wear in almost equally in all the tires, and I decided that we should go for the undercut and go for a set of hard tires, and in the process also increase the front wing, so that we can get the much needed turn in these sections, because right now we are very cold tires, so there is absolutely no grip, and everyone is just overtaking us like it is crazy. And we almost got collided with Dragovic in the red tires, but luckily it was not a collision, and we are able to continue our race. And in the fast left right chicane, you can see we just again faced some understeer movement because the tires are still cold and they are not in the optimum window of operation. So that is one of the reasons why we were not able to just make a move on Dragovic on that straight. But again, in the next lap, you can see in the fast straight in the backside, you can see we just overtake Dragovic and utilize the ERS and DRS levels. So we just utilize the ERS, and now in this left right chicane also we maintain our composure and place the car beautifully and get the DRS as well in the next lap. And now Dan Ticktum is in front of us and Daruvala is also in the range of sight. So if we are able to gain some positions here, it will be of good help, as currently we make a move on Dan Ticktum. And now again Dan Ticktum is just trying to make a move around the inside, but still we managed to hold on to the car on the outside, and we just consolidate our P18 position. And now it is target locked on Daruvala in the Ferrari. So if we are able to just maintain our composure and balance the car, because I was facing a bit of understeer, I don't know whether it was the setup or the car was just not performing as well as it could, and we were facing some front locking as well in this penultimate turn. So there was a bit of issues with the setup of the car, and hopefully we will be able to rectify those issues in the upcoming races so that we do not face a bit of performance loss. Because as you can see, Daruvala again just went so far ahead of us that it was quite a bit of challenge to again stay in the DRS train. So to over counter the understeer, we just increase our differential and make some changes in the front brake bias, because in the corners the front wheels were just locking up and the rear was just not turning. So maybe there was a definite issue with the setup, and hopefully we will be able to just hold on to our car and not get DNF'd. As talking of DNF, Dragovic gets DNF'd here at the Australian Grand Prix. So an engine failure for the Williams guy, and he just parks his car on the side. So an unfortunate day for the Williams. And now let's see what we can achieve from here, as we are in P18 position and the tire wear is 39 to 40%. So the tire wear is equal, but I don't know why the car is facing so much of understeer. Maybe I should have tweaked with the suspension or the front wing a bit more, so that we can get some stability in the car. Because as you can see here, right here, this last turn of the circuit, in the entrance you will be facing understeer, and again at the exit of the turn you will be facing a lot of oversteer moments. So Max Verstappen wins here at the Albert Park circuit in Australia, and we are at P18 position. And you can see we catched up a lot to Guanyu Zhou and Daruvala. So in the later part of the races, we were able to just acclimatize with the situation of our car and reduce the time gap between ours and the car in front of us. But still it was too little too late, because I think maybe we needed at least 3 more laps so that we can gain those 2 positions in front of us. But it's okay, it happens in racing, and this is how we race here at the Albert Park circuit. And as you can see, again we were facing a bit of oversteer movement. So yeah, the suspension and I think the setup let us down in this race. And the tire wear is 47%, so the tire wear is also quite high. So this was about the Australian Grand Prix, and it was a very hard fought race, I would say. Not absolutely an easy walkthrough, but our teammate gets some much needed points. Fernando Alonso finishes in P3. So those are very crucial points. 15 points we'll be getting in our constructors hunt, and hopefully in the upcoming races as well I will also be able to contribute, and with a much better qualifying session, and hopefully we'll be able to just improve a lot of points for our team, as well as individual driver standing as well. So the Australian Grand Prix was a hard fought race, and hopefully in the upcoming race, which will be I think at the Chinese Grand Prix, so in the next weekend we will be able to just utilize the full potential of our car very well. And for that reason we are doing some departmental upgrades as well in the chassis section. And thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll meet you again in the Chinese Grand Prix. Till then, peace.